Welcome to April's Garage. The former fastest car in the world was just destroyed by a mechanical T-Rex. I'm not making this up. This is real, true story right here.
Yeah, the SSC Ultimate Aero. In 2007, it dethroned the Bugatti Veyron.
Not the Veyron. Oh no!
As the fastest production car in the world for a little bit, and then Bugatti came back with the Super Sport and reclaimed the title.
But so I like this article that we're reading because it actually has the miles per hour that the Veyron goes up to, which I feel like you guys debate between 253 and 254. And this one says 253.81 miles an hour is the Veyron top speed. But this one beat it, 256.14 miles an hour.
Right, so SSC broke the record, and this car was very cool. It made the news and all that stuff. I remember like a picture of it with the Kardashian, I think.
Really?
Yeah, Kim Kardashian posing on it and all that stuff in a race suit.
And why do you remember? I know why you remember.
It was 2007. I remember stuff like that. So I'd still remember stuff like that in 2025. But anyway, flash forward, the car was sold about 10 years after that, I guess, to somebody else or some, SSC did not own the car anymore.
Yeah, they said they haven't owned it for the past 10 years.
And whoever owned it did not like it, and it hadn't been running in several years, and we don't know the details. It was in a museum
for a little bit. They said it wasn't running for 5 years, but like, do cars in a museum need to be currently running?
I don't know, but the person was just, it has a Chevy-based engine, like 1,300 horsepower. So it's a Chevy small block LS-based, I assume, with a bunch of turbos or whatever. And somebody could have gotten it running again, but I guess this guy was displeased with SSC not helping him get it. We don't know the exact details other than he donated it to this monster truck show that had a mechanical T-Rex or Godzilla and said it must be completely destroyed. I hate this car.
Right.
And I would say what a petulant child. What a wiener to take a piece of history like that and destroy it. But then I just dug up and buried a BMW X6 in my backyard because it made me mad. But that wasn't a piece of history. That was a total piece of junk.
Right.
Total piece of junk.
It's a piece of history. It should have happened. But if you're gonna go out, a mechanical T-Rex chopping you up into little pieces. I mean, that's pretty epic. I don't like that it happened.
Well, the video is pretty difficult to watch as far as the monster truck going over it.
Are we watching it?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, it's pretty brutal to see. But yeah, that's the Godzilla eating it at the end. But yeah, a monster truck drove over it. And then the T-Rex machine, which I've seen these in person before, they're very impressive. Usually they're just destroying some hoopty that I feel some sympathy for. But this one, it's the fastest car in the world.
How did this happen? Like how I don't get it. I don't understand.
It's one guy just being very angry and having too much money. But the one person that was just salivating at all of this is Freddie Tavares.
Salivating in a good way or
oh my
way?
This is his ultimate wet dream. Like wet dream of all wet dreams. Yes.
How?
Well, now it's just a crumpled up, it's a tubular chassis car, I assume, and carbon fiber body. And now it's just a twisted mess that a Godzilla breathed fire on.
How did that Godzilla crack all that carbon fiber, though? That's supposed to be really strong and hard to do.
You buy something that's been on fire.
Yeah.
You buy something that's been on the bottom of the ocean.
Saying he's gonna
What's the next thing that you can do? You have to buy a car that was eaten by a mechanical Godzilla, because if you have to keep elevating your game. So he is very excited about this all over the internet. I quoted in his articles, but he's already making big splashes with his P1 Evo concept.
Over the place. Well, he was with this. He got this out on the news from his Facebook post, and then his P1. It's incredible.
Yes. Different styles from Frank Stephenson, the original designer of the P1, and him going through it. And it's cool to see Freddie getting talked about all over the internet with these concepts, which just by themselves, just Stephenson just rethinking the P1 and the ideas he came up with would have been cool enough. But Freddie, sitting down in a room with him and working on his car.
Isn't that crazy?
With him, just totally nuts.
It's just, I go back to one event. I don't know if I should be telling this story, but we were at some fancy car concourse, and I feel like there were some like uppity guys in suits, like, who is that guy? Because Freddie didn't have this fancy suit on. And I'm like, he is a very important person in the car world. Like, you do not shoo him away. And this is why he is redesigning this gorgeous car.
There's a lot of snooty people at Concours.
Yeah.
So, like, the first time that I went with a car wizard before YouTube, we went to the DuPont Registry Lifestyle Party.
Ooh.
And we sat down at a table because, you know, they're big tables for like 15, 20 people. So obviously we had to join someone. We sat down and this old man went to this girl that was his girlfriend or wife or whatever, 30 years younger than him, looked ridiculous, and said, I guess they let anybody in here.
Shut up.
Just loud enough to where we could hear it.
And that happens at these events.
Yeah, they can be snooty.
They're
but
very snooty.
Freddie, his next step is crazy.
It's so good. They came up with a different couple concepts. It looks like this one's been thrown out online all over the place. I'm guessing he's going with that.
His next video is going to be nuts on his Divorce channel. I'm not going to give it away, but you saw the little hint at the end of his video. It's crazy. But obviously, a SSC eaten by Godzilla mechanical would be wonderful. But
yeah. Well, what do you think about this concept for the P1 that he's designing with Frank?
I like the idea of the roof scoop integrated into the wing and all that stuff. So he'll have to find someone to make that carbon fiber body, which will be interesting. I know it's easier to do than it was a while ago, but that's going to be the big thing, is finding someone to reasonably do it, not say, yeah, sure, I'll do it for $1 million, but we'll see.
And I love the fin that goes all the way down the back. It reminds me that, of course, the Bugatti Antique with that kind of spine all the way down. And the color is Amber Dawn.
Yes.
Which is named after his girlfriend, who I'm madly in love with. It's an amazing car.
Anyway, so auto manufacturers, they'll reimagine their own cars, like sort of what Freddie is doing, but they haven't done it with the P1. But Lamborghini's been doing it for a long time, where with the previous Aventador, they made the Centenario and remade the Countach and the Aventador image. Well, so now they're going to do it with the latest Revuelto.
Yes.
And they're calling it the Fenomeno.
Well, that's...
Or Fenomeno.
It's translated to phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
In Italian and Spanish, it is phenomenon.
Anyway, they're hinting at it, so they're going to be reimagining for very special select people to pay a zillion dollars for a special car.
Right. It's going to be the fastest Lamborghini that they've ever had. What do you think? What kind of engine, drive system is it going to have? Well,
it'll be based on the Revuelto, so it'll still be a V12. It'll still be a hybrid system, but they'll turn it up a little bit and mess with the aerodynamics and things, but it really doesn't matter.
You're not excited about it?
It doesn't matter.
They're revealing it at Palm Beach at the Concours d'Elegance.
Because Corvette has just humiliated all of them.
True.
With the ZR1, and then they didn't even wait more than 2 months before they came out with the ZR1X, which has the hybrid technology with it, like 1,300 horsepower, all-wheel drive. And it's going to be $200 and something thousand. The ZR1 is going to be less than that, under $200,000. And it's just, it completely blows all these out. So like a Ferrari SF90, people paying $500,000-$600,000 for that. A Corvette beats it.
Right.
A Corvette beats everything now. So it's kind of silly at this point.
So do you think people are upset that got the E-Ray? Now the value's kind of gone down a little bit.
Right.
They didn't anticipate.
Yeah, it was a headline recently on Car Scoops about E-Ray with $135,000 MSRP, and it's already at 103 used. So that's the thing about Corvette is, they came out with the original Corvette for $59,000. It didn't last very long at that price. They kept raising the price because people were flipping them. Then they came out with the Z06, and then they came out with the E-Ray. The Z06 was $100,000, the base price. They've since raised the price. The E-Ray was supposed to be under $100,000. They've raised the prices on all of them after the first year for whatever reason. And now we're actually seeing heavy depreciation on Corvettes.
Right.
Which for years, since these things came out in 2020, they were always selling for at or above their MSRPs, but not anymore.
Where do you think Corvette crossed the line from sports car to supercar? Like, can you call them a supercar now?
Well, they did it all the way back, I would say. You saw elements of it with the C4 ZR1. That was a big deal. The C5 Z06, the C6 ZR1. But really, going mid-engine definitely got them on the radar.
Right. So the C8, the launch of the C8, you say now they are a supercar.
Yeah, there was always like okay, it's faster. The C6 ZR1 is faster than a Ferrari Lamborghini. But did you look at the interior? Oh my God, it's disgusting. You know, that was always what they would do with the Corvettes, where they'd say, oh, the quality is just not the same. Now there's nothing to knock.
Right.
There's no quality or any distinguishable difference as far as the way the cars are built, in my opinion. And this is me coming from an Italian guy that has, you know, multiple fancy cars, that this Corvette would just stomp. Because an E-Ray, 2.5 seconds 0 to 60.
Amazing.
Yeah. With just the normal C8 motor and some hybrids helping out. Nuts. But depreciating now because they keep raising the bar themselves. And so the new Zora is, it's just, it doesn't matter anymore. I mean, what do you think? Do you think exotics aren't going to matter anymore as far as Ferrari, Lamborghini? Obviously, the depreciation on SF90s and others have been just atrocious lately. I don't know if it's because of the Corvette or just because new exotics are just so expensive now.
Well, I'm proud of Corvette because that's like our American thing. And we were always kind of like dogged for a long time. Like in Le Mans, Ferrari's always beating us. And so now like Chevy is coming through with the Corvette, and I'm proud of it because I think it looks cool. It's not the like midlife crisis car that it used to be. So I'm excited for us, for America, right?
I do miss my Z06.
I remember
sold it
that.
at Barrett Jackson. I kind of had to sell it to make obligations, unfortunately. But I did sell it at the right time because I think it was a little over $50,000 in MSRP.
Yeah.
So I, with auction fees and all that stuff, I made a little bit. But obviously, I could buy back in now for that car, and it would be $30,000, $40,000 back of MSRP at this point.
Right.
For that car. Or I could get a cheaper one, less options and all that stuff. And that's the thing. Should I go back?
Well, I guess we'll find out. Thanks so much for watching.
I won't. It wasn't hoopty enough. That was the thing. Like, it made videos, but then there's no drama with it. I mean, I guess
It wasn't
the motors
in a flood
the
or
motors
burnt or a salvaged title.
I'm just talking
or
about
just not
bad things
running.
happening. Like, the motors blowing up. With the Z06s, some of the flat plane crank engines did blow up, but I was lucky. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Hoopty seemed to be where I'm always gonna be. Sorry.
I know I signed up for. Thanks so much for watching.